Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different than what I normally do for videos. Normally for my videos I have a very scheduled or planned out idea, but for today's video I decided to kind of leave things more random, and so I just got out a bunch of things that I had at home to paint that I have collected for future videos, and kind of just decided to take a look at everything all together and then just choose 2 or 3 items and just paint them, not deciding beforehand whatever it was going to be, just right when I sat down decide what those items were going to be. So these are the things I have ready to paint, and I'm just looking through them, and I decided on firstly painting on this wooden frame, and I also have this ceramic owl. They both were very cheap. I think they were around like $1 each. The frame I got from the dollar store, and then the ceramic owl I got at Walmart. And I'm deciding to start with the picture frame. I saw it at the dollar store and thought it was really cute and had lots of potential. And I honestly had lots of different ideas for how to paint it. But since it's been a long time since I've painted something, I decided to go back to my roots, so to say, and do a more simple design. And since it is a wooden frame, I am doing a few coats of gesso to give it a nice white base coat. And once that was dry, I pulled out my ruler and measured the length and the size of the picture frame, and I separated 6 sections so I could do a rainbow. But instead of the traditional rainbow, I went with my favorite pastel rainbow. And so I'm doing a pastel pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple design all the way across of the picture frame. This is a very traditional and a very common design choice for me. I really like the pastel rainbow look. And since it's been a while since I painted, I decided to go with something simple, something normal and traditional for me, just so I can get back into the feel of painting again. And also, since it is supposed to be a picture frame, I didn't want it to be too much of a complex design, since the main thing with the picture frame should be the picture, not the frame itself. And I did 2 coats of paint on the front side, and I did a coat on the back side just so that it wouldn't be plain white. And once that was completely done, I'm just leaving it for the side for now as is. I will be putting a sealant on it, but I'll be saving that for later. Now moving on to the ceramic owl. When I saw this at the store, I didn't have a completely clear idea. The only thing that I knew I wanted to do was to paint the feathers on the back and the wings of the owl in rainbow order, starting from one color per feather and then continuing on the order. And I thought it was going to be a lot easier and quicker than it really was. The process of painting each feather a different color took a very long time, and then I had to do multiple coats for it. And it was very tedious doing it, and the ceramic owl was a lot heavier than I thought it would be, and so my hand got very tired while working on the owl. But I did eventually finish the owl's wings, and I did mess up a bit with the order and positioning. It didn't turn out as nice and orderly as I wanted it to. You can't really see or notice the rainbow order, but it still does look really nice and bright and colorful. And obviously this isn't a very traditional owl color. I don't think there exists any bird that actually has all of the colors of the rainbow on its wings. But I thought it would be a cute design, and I thought it would match well with the rest of my aesthetic and room colors. And because I knew that this was going to take a long time, I did only decide on doing these 2 items for this week's video. And so once the wings were completely done, I had to take a big break from the owl because I didn't know what else to do. As I mentioned earlier, my only planned idea was to paint the owl's wings in rainbow. I didn't really know what to do for the rest of the owl's body. At first I was thinking of just leaving it white, but I thought it would be too basic and look kind of weird. So I ended up going with a nice brown color for the entirety of the owl's body. I did use a darker brown, well, slightly darker brown on certain areas of the owl to give it more detail and definition, but it's not that noticeable, especially on camera. But I thought that the brown would be a good contrasting color to the bright of the wings, and I did give the owl a yellow nose. And the brown paint took many layers. I believe it took around 4 or 5 coats of paint to get a nice opaque color. And I decided to leave the bottom of the owl the white ceramic color that it had, mainly because I wanted to sign and date it on the bottom, and I thought that painting it the dark brown would make it harder to see the ink that I was going to be using to sign it. And I believe this is actually my first time doing anything with an owl design. But now that the owl and the picture frame were done, I'm just using a black Sharpie marker to put my initials and signing and dating the back of the picture frame. And I'm also doing the same for the bottom of the owl. And then using my Mod Podge, the regular matte and also a gloss Mod Podge, I'm giving 2 coats with the matte Mod Podge first on both the picture frame and the owl, and then I'm going to do a 3rd coat with a glossy Mod Podge. I like combining both of them because I like the glossy look, but I like to do multiple coats so that it has strong protection, especially because I'm known to dropping things. But I don't like only using the glossy stuff because then it gets overly glossy and makes it hard to record with the lights and everything. And this is how the picture frame turned out after the Mod Podge had finished drying. And then here's the finished owl. I hope you all liked how both of these pieces came out. I had a lot of fun with this style of video of just randomly choosing whatever occurred to me to paint. I hope you all enjoyed this video too. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and God bless you all.